Om Sadashivasamārambhām Shankarācārya-madhyamām Asmadācārya-paryantām Vande Guru-paraṁparām. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sah Virjam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Bhadram Karneभिः शृणुयाम देवाः Bhadram Pashyemakshabhiryajtraः Sthirairangai Stuštuvagam Sastanubhiः Vyashema Devahitam Yadayuhu Swasti na Indro Vruddhashravah Swasti na Pusha Vishvavedah Swasti nastarksho Arishtanemihi Swasti no Brihaspatirdadhatu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We need to resume the Bhaashyam of mantra number 12, 1 to 12. From this statement, Ataha Kim Kritena. We covered it, but we'll just resume from there. Okay? Everybody got it? Ataha, okay. Ataha Ataha
अतः
Kim Kritena Karmana
किं कृतेन कर्मणा
Ayasa-bahulena
आयासबहुलेन
Anartha-sadhanena
अनर्थसाधनेन
Iti evam nirvinnaha.
इति एवं निर्विण्णः.
Okay, we pause there. We'll just pause here and then summarize what we did. So important mantra. Those who are attempting to memorize mantras and shlokas. Here is one mantra that has to be good, worth memorizing. Pariksha lokan karmachitan nirvedamayat brahmanaha nastyakritaha kritena tad vijnanartham sa gurumeva vigachet shrotriyam brahmanishtam. So, in one mantra, the adhikari is mentioned and the transition from a karma pradhana life. Okay, karma pradhana means what? A transition from this dharma artha kama pradhana to moksha pradhana. How does that transition happen? Well, that person must see a vairagi in himself, herself. Am I a vairagi or not? Have I assessed my life properly? And assessing life can happen only if I am a dharmika. If I am not a dharmi, then I am going to be stuck with artha and kama. Because adharma means there is some other pressure inside that is forcing me towards unethical means. So, right there, you've got viragi, and then that viragi, tad vijnanartham, tad vijnanartham, that vastu vijnanartham, brahma vijnanartham, okay, atma vijnanartham, for the purpose of knowing that atma, sa guru mevami gachet, that adhikari who is a viragi and who now wants to know, therefore has mumukshu, he is a mumukshu, has mumukshutvam, okay, that intense yearning for something, it's called moksha, and that's something that says no. In everything I'm doing from morning to evening, I cannot get. That is what I'm after. That kind of idea has to come. And so that status actually makes a person feel as though there is nothing in this world. Means there is that the feeling of vulnerability. I don't know the right word to use. It's a vulnerable feeling. Because after all the things I've done, I feel incomplete. I'm not fulfilled. That's a very sad thing, after all these years, etc. So, but that's how it is. That is how it is. The transition period is there. And so then advice is given. Sa guru meva abhigachet. Seek a teacher. Seek a person who has gone through what you've gone through. And then some more attributes about what guru means what is we're going to be talked about. This is where we are. So we saw that. Ataha kim kritena. Bhagavan Shankaracharya had already explained Pariksha Lokan Karma Chitan. Karma Chitan Lokan Pariksha. That's the. So all these things I have gained and all the things I have the potential to gain later. Okay, that the Shastram talks about, the entire Veda talks about that. All that is Karma Chitan. Karma Chitan means gained by karma only, by my actions, proper actions, let's say, and whatever I get is through my own actions. Laukika or Vaidika actions are there, and so karma chitan lokan pariksha, because that is all I can examine. What is, even I can examine Swarga also if I want, if I know enough about Swarga, having studied the Shastram, I can even examine that. And pariksha lokan karma chitan nirvedam ayat. The person gains vairagyam. Such a big value for us here in this Vedanta Shastra. In Vishishtadvaitam, I'm having my doubts. They don't talk much about Vairagya. And if you look at some of the, you know, see, there's a person called Dushyant Sridhar. He's a very gifted man. My God, he's on TV and he's a big sensation he's become. He's just gifted, just the Shastram flows out of him. But they don't touch this area, this whole area of Atma and all. They only talk about Vaikuntha. So, Prapti, Vishnu Prapti, Prapatti, they have all these things. Going to Swarga, it's very important for them. So, they have the Bhakti and all fantastic. Everything is good. But the direction is different. And now, last week I saw it, he is now started appearing in an advertisement. I don't know if it is new or old, but I saw him in a Ramraj advertisement. And so I'm beginning to that for them Vaira, this is not there. That there is something about this Shastram. And Adhikari means the Viveka, Vairagya, Shamadamadi and all required. And the person is Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu. So that person has to be a role model in these matters. I'm not saying he's not a role model now, but I have my own ways of thinking. Okay. So I was a bit shocked when I saw this. Really, I was shocked. I respect this man, but why should he go to offer all these things? Is a thought I had. Anyway, so this vairagyam is such an important thing. So, Brahmanaha, that karma yogi, this adhikari is referred to by the word Brahmanaha, Nirvedam ayat. Nasti akritaha. Shankaracharya had explained that. There is nothing in this universe that is uncreated. But that is pretty obvious. Uncreated, if something is not created, it is absent. Of course, it is not there. If you have not created it, it is not there. No, no, not like that. Hey, there are two kinds of uncreated things. One is that which doesn't exist, that is also uncreated. But that which always exists is also uncreated. Correct? And so that which I'm always that which I'm seeking, every human being is seeking. That is what is being referred to by the word akritaha. And so nasti doesn't exist. If I'm going to look for it, like I look for other things, then you won't find it. That is what Shankara is saying here. Upanishad is saying here. And so ataha kim kritena karmana. Kim kritena. This whole karma must have some other purpose, not moksha. How about that? Karma is, of course, required for so many things. Dharma, artha, and kama. Karma is required. But when you step into moksha, karma loses its significance. It has to do its job, and then after that, you have to look for something else. Kim kritena karmana, like that. Shankara is explaining here, ayasa bahulena anartha sadhanena iti evam nirvinnaha. Anartha sadhana. It will give anartha. Anartha. It can only give me sorrow, it seems. That's very sad, Karma can only give you sorrow. It seems like how the Buddhists tell you. The world is full of sorrow. And then they will, dukkha eva, dukkha hetuhu. It is true. What they are saying is also true. But they put it in a different way. So, kim kritena is saying, what is the use of karma? What is the use of karma means? For me, it is not useful. For me, who has grown out of all these things, it is not useful anymore. That is the meaning. All right, let's read the next one. Abhayam Shivam iti. We are resuming from Gita Press, page 43. And your notebook, I think it's line 5 of page 47. I think I'm right.
Yeah.
Okay. Abhayam
Abhayam
Shivam
Shivam
Akritam Nityam Padam
Akritam Nityam Padam
Yat
Yat
Tadvijnanartham
Tadvijnanartam
Visheshena
Visheshena
Adhigamartham
Adhigamartam
Saha
Saha
Nirvinnaha Brahmanaha
Nirvinnaha Brahmanaha
Gurum Eva
Gurum Eva
Acharyam
Acharyam
Shamadama Sampannam
Shamadama Dayadi Sampannam
Abhigachet.
Abhigachet.
Okay. So he is explaining that Gurumeva Abhigachet. What for Gurumeva Abhigachet? What for one should approach the Guru? Tad Vijnanartham. That also is going to explain. So Tad Vijnanartham. Vijnanartham. Artham for the purpose of Vijnanam. Okay, that's the word the Upanishad here is using for Brahma Vidya, Atma Vidya. Which is what? Tat. Tat Vijnanat. Tat. So Tat is referring to that Atma Vidya. How is Shankara saying it is? Abhayam, Shivam, Akritam, Nityam, Padam, Yat, Tat. Yat, comma, Tat. And what is that? Abhayam. He's not using the word Purusha, Brahma, Atma. See, he's not using all those words. He's using it differently. Hey, it is Abhayam, Shivam, Akritam. Because this main word in this mantra is Akritam, referring to the Atman, Brahma, etc., Purusha, and so forth. Aksharam, everything. So that Akritam, which is Shivam, which is the most auspicious, which is the Parama Purushartha, Shivam. Finally, moksha is what blesses us. Okay? Artha and Kama, temporary blessing it is. And so Shivam, Abhayam, Abhayam. Abhaya Pradhanam. Finally, fearlessness, if somebody wants, they have to seek moksha. There is nothing else. One can be gifted with courage and fearlessness and all that. That is okay. That's okay. But final fearlessness can only come from moksha because Taittiriya Upanishad says that very well. Athaso bhayangato bhavati udaramantaram kurute. His Upanishad is saying beautifully, what creates fear? Hey, fear is created in me by something else. By something other than me only I can be afraid of. And other than me means it can be far away, it can be nearby, it can be my own disease in the body also I'm afraid of. So other than me, I'm not diseased. So disease also is a cause of fear. Death, of course, is a cause of fear. But Udaram antaram kurute. If anybody makes a distinction between the self and non-self, udaram antaram, even a iota of distinction, if I make between, split this universe into me and non-me, split iota, udaram antaram kurute. Iota, I want to use the word iota there. Udaram. Udaram means stomach also, but here udaram antaram. Just a fraction, some little bit difference. If a person makes, bhaya pradhanam it becomes. It is a source of fear. And therefore, by implication, a person who recognizes the self as the whole and which is partless and everything is just a manifestation. And so this body also is a manifestation of the same Atma as this, all the things in this world, then that automatically gives abhayam. Abhayam, fearlessness, real fearlessness comes from there. That is why Shankara is using that word here. Abhayam, Shivam, Akritam, Nityam Padam. Nityam Padam, that is the Padartha. Padam means goal also. Goal, Nityam. Here it means that absolute goal. This, if at all you can call it a goal, that is the goal, ultimate goal. It is a Purushartha also. It is one of the four quote unquote goals, you can say. But now we understand really there are no four Purusharthas. All these other three Purusharthas will be subsumed by the Moksha Purushartha. Dharma, Artha and Kama really meant for me to move towards moksha. And so that is why he's calling Padam, Nityam Padam. Everything else is Anityam. This is Nityam. It is not a choice for me. Should I want moksha or do I want Artha? It's not like that. So now, instead of quote unquote accomplishing, everything you are accomplishing. Accomplishing means karma. Aparam chet kartavyam. Karma. From morning to evening, karma. Evening, karma. Now I have to change gears towards knowing. Tad vijnanartham. Okay. He doesn't say tat kartavyartham. He doesn't say. Tat kritartham. He doesn't say. In order to do that, in order to accomplish, he doesn't say. In order to know. In order to know that. Because knowing is what It gives us moksha in this peculiar problem that we are in right now. So then he says tad vijnanartham, that nityam, that shivam, that akritam vijnanartham, and Shankara says visheshena adhigamartham, that we, the jnanam, we prefix, he is saying visheshena. All along, it is not like I didn't know what I'm getting into. I know it. Atma, even Nachiketa knew a lot. But he knew not Visheshena, he knew it Samanyena. He knew a lot. Even that is Samanyam. Samanyam means, but it's something else. Atma is something else. Moksha is something else. It is not Dharmartha Kama. All that itself is great revelation. But all that he knew, Nachiketa already knew. He also knew that Anyatra Dharmat, Anyatra Adharmat. That also he knew. So quite a bit he knew. Asmat Krita Kritat. It is different than cause effect. That also he knew. But even that comes under Samanya category. Vishesham means I must be clear. I must be able to say I know it all. There's nothing else to be known. Like that I must say. That is called Vishesha. Visheshena Adhigamartam. Nothing left to be known. What does he say in Jnanam teham savijnanam idam vakshyamya sheshatah asheshatah. Hey, I'll tell you jnanam, I'll tell you vijnanam also. Means Saguna Brahman also, I'll tell you all the world of cause effect also. I'll talk about Maya and all, how the world operates, everything I'll tell you. But then I'll also tell you about how you have to know underlying that word operation, there is something else. That also I'll tell you. Jnanam teham savijnanam idam vakshyamyasheshataha. Leaving nothing out. This is the only subject matter where a person can say, I will leave nothing out. No scientist anywhere in the world, even a Nobel Prize winner, can make this statement. Why? Because research is constantly progressing. Cannot say, I have left nothing out. In this book, whatever is told, I have left nothing out. That much maximum he can say. The teacher can say. We've covered everything. At the end of the year, before exams, he can say, she can say. Asheshataha can say. But subject matter is huge. Therefore, only in Atma Vidya one can say Asheshataha. Okay? Idam vakshyamya sheshataha yajñatva neha bhuyonyat jnatavyam avashishyate. What is it? Seventh chapter, is it? Seventh chapter. 7-2. Yeah, 7-2. Not bad. I'm able to read faces and all that now. Somewhere I'm picking up all the signals. All right. 7-2. So that, look at all that. Look at how it's all connecting. Visheshena adhigamartham. Adhigama means knowing, for the purpose of knowing clearly, specifically, completely. Saha, he, she. Hey, who is that she? Nirvinnaha Brahmanaha. Okay, that also we have figured out. Gurumeva Acharyam. Gurumeva means what? Acharyam. All right. Further, just don't leave the word Acharya just like that. Shamadama Dayadi Sampannam. Sampannam, endowed with Sampatti, Sampat. So, all the resources is called Sampat. So, Sampannam, one who is endowed with certain wealth, a type of wealth. What type of wealth it is? Shama, Dama, Dayadi. Not Dayadi, okay? Dayadi is a different word. Dayadi. One A will change the whole thing. So, Daya. Shama, Dama, and Daya. So, you know that. Shama, Mano Nigrahaha, Dama, Bhahyendriya Nigrahaha. We saw that in Tattva Bodha. Essentially, mastery of the body and mind. Which mastery you can get only from karma. Entire Dharmartha Kama should have given me this Shama, Dama, Dayadi. Adi. Adi, he says, now fill up the blanks. You studied Bhagavad Gita, chapter 13. Ama nitvamadam vitvam ahimsa kshantirarjavam acharyopasana. Everything can be brought. Patanjali Yoga Sutra, oh, big list is there. Yama, Nima, and all so much is there. Bring everything here. Okay. Devasura Sampat Yoga is there, chapter 16. Abhayam Sattva Shuddhihi. Like that big list. He gives a list of 26 or 27 virtues. Abhayam Sattva Shuddhihi. Like that big list is there. I think I wrote it down. I don't know where it went.
Even 12th chapter.
Even 12th chapter is there. Yeah. So the first, some 3 or 4 shlokas there. 3 shlokas, I think. Abhayam Sattva Samshuddhi, etc. So all those are values. Very important. So that is
Value of
called this. Huh?
values. Value of values, book by Puja Swamiji.
Yeah, that is what I covered just now. Amanitvadi, the 20 values covered it. And this is in Devasura Sampat, and then more values are there. And then periodically he'll talk about of course, Asura Sampatti is there. Trividham Narakasyedam Dwaram Nashanam Atmanaha Kamah Krodastata Lobaha. He says these are the 3 doorways to hell.
18th chapter
Kama.
also.
Oh boy, 2 times at least he mentioned this. Anyway, all that we understand. Shama Dama Dayadi Sampannam. That kind of an acharya you go. Abhigachet. Here Guru, the word Guru is explained. And the Jnana Vijnana 6.8, Bhagavad Gita 6.8 also. There is a Jnana Vijnana Triptatma. Kutastho Vijitendriyaha Yukta Ityuchyate Yogi Samaloštashma Kanchanaha. Like that he says. Jnana Vijnana. He uses that word there. So, Dayadi. Viveka Chodamani, we've studied, the Daya was there because Guru was introduced, Shankara introduced the word Guru. Ato Vicharah Kartavyaha. Okay, this is Viveka Chodamani number 6 in our abridged list. Okay, very quickly, 6th sloka, we saw it. Ato Vicharah Kartavyaha. Therefore, Vichara must be done. Jignasoratma Vastunaha. That jignasu, the person who has done this pariksha lokan, must inquire into. And how do you inquire it? Samasa adyadaya sindhum. There, daya. He uses the word daya. Daya sindhu must be an ocean of compassion. Gurum brahmaviduttamam. Okay, that's a way to connect all these things. And later on also, we saw in shloka number 19 in Viveka Chudamani, Ahetuka Daya Sindhu. He uses that word. Why is this person full of compassion without any reason? Without any reason. Ahetuka Daya Sindhu. So these are things we have to value and work towards. And so shloka number 26 also he says, Tamara Dhyagurum Bhaktya Prahva Prashraya Sevanaihi Prasannam Tamanu Prapya Prichet Jnatavyam Viveka Chodamani number 20 in our abridged list. Anyway, these are all references. So, now, Gurum Eva, that word Eva I have not explained. All words are significant. So Shankaracharya is now going to tell us why the word Eva is used. Eva means only. Approach a Guru only. Guru only means what? Let's see that, okay? Shastrajnopi. Over is next. Who's chanting next? Shastrajnah api
शास्त्रज्ञः अपि
स्वातन्त्र्येण
स्वातन्त्र्येण
ब्रह्मज्ञान
ब्रह्मज्ञान
अन्वेषणम्
अन्वेषणं
न कुर्यात्
न कुर्यात्
इति एतत्
इति एतत्
गुरुम् एव इति
गुरु एव इति
अवधारणफलम्.
अवधारणफलम्.
Yeah. Gurum eva. I know Sanskrit. I've studied Sanskrit for 10 years. I'm a Mahopadhyaya. I can read all this myself. Correct? Because Sanskrit Mahopadhyaya is not an ordinary title. I know Panini, I know Ashtadhyayi, I know everything. From A to Z, I know everything. Why can't I study it? All right. So Yama also indicated all this. Naisha tarkena matirapaneya. Hey, this logic you can't cut this thing through logic. Logic can't apply. So there he had said, Ananya prokte gatiratra nasti. Very famous statement, we saw that. So here, look at this statement. This you have to underline this statement. What statement? Shastrajñopi swatantrena brahma jnananveshanam na kuryat. Na kuryat. May you not. May one not. May one not do. Okay, what should one not do? Swatantrena Brahma Jnana Anveshanam. Anveshanam means searching for, looking for, finding out. Finding out what? Brahma Jnanam. Brahma Jnana. What do you mean finding out? Don't do Brahma Jnana Anveshanam. I am doing Brahma Jnana Anveshanam. Swatantrena. Apne aap. Sitting in a room and opening some books. Even if it is Ramakrishna's books or Dayananda's books or Chinmayananda's books, even if it is like that, even if the greatest Acharya's books are there with you, even if all the Gita Press books are there with you, because Mahapadhyaya, you don't need translations, Sanskrit, right? So you don't need translation. Even if everything is there with you, still means what? Shastrajñopi. Even if you are a Shastrajñaha, Shastram janati iti shastrajñah. And so this siksha, vyakaranam, jyotisham, chandasam, niruktam, like this, all these Vedangas are all there. To study Veda itself, you need so much. I know all those things. And I know anything else that is required. Vyakaranam, of course, completely I know. Not just Panini Vyakaran. Panini is not the only person who did all the sutra. There are many people like Panini who has done it. That is just one type of studying Sanskrit. There are many other ways of studying Sanskrit. My God, this one type itself, my head is like this. Now you are telling me many other ways are there. Yes,
Hanuman
it is all
had
like
9 Nava Vyakarana Pandita. Hanuman.
Nava Vyakarana Pandita. Wow, look at that. Okay, so this is how it is. The more you dig into something, it just shows the way, and then suddenly a new world opens up. That is the beauty. Aparavidya is like that. And so much is there. Shastrajnyaha, api, I know Tarka, I know Mimamsa, everything you say. Good. And Shastrajna, even if a person is a Shastrajnaha, do not pursue this Brahmajnanam by yourself. That is what he's saying. Iti etad gurum eva iti avadharana phalam. Iti. Because, iti means because this is well known in our Shastram. This self-study of Shastram. Swadhyaya. See, Swadhyaya. Generally, we don't say Swadhyaya and all. In Vedanta, we never say Swadhyaya because of these kinds of mandates. Swadhyaya chance illa. Yeah, I'm studying daily, I'm studying, no doubt about that. But I'm always listening to Swamiji or picking up the notes from Swamiji or reading a book. After all the Shravanam is done, you can sit and do Swadhyaya. Without listening to anybody, doing Swadhyaya is dangerous, which Yama had said earlier also. So, iti etad gurum eva. Eva you can put in quotes. Quotes. See, those days when they write commentaries, they don't use punctuation marks and all. Semicolon, hyphen, quotation marks, single quotation, double quotation, all these things they never used. Our Bhaashyam, if you look, this is all we are putting all these marks. Shankaracharya did not put any marks because he thinks you will understand the context. Context will tell you everything. So anyway, eva iti avadharana phalam. It is meant for understanding this Shastrajñopi, etc. Shastrajñopi swatantrena brahmajnananveshanam na kuryat. To understand that. The purpose of using eva is to understand that. That is what he's saying here. Avadharana phalam. Maniprabha is saying, Swayam dhiratva abhimanam kuryat natu swayam dhiratva abhimanam. He's saying this. I'm sharp. People have come. Everybody consistently has told me I'm very sharp. So why can't I figure it out? This kind of abhimanam may you not have. May you not have. Like that he says. Upadeshtaram acharyameva gachet prapnuyat. So, it's very obvious. Suppose the person is very good, English literature, PhD is there. I can study the encyclopedia of gastroenterology because it's all in English only. And I am a PhD in English. I should be able to figure out, right? No, knowledge of English alone is not required, not sufficient to understand medicine. Something else is required. And so, like this, we have seen Narada's predicament also. Narada told Sanat Kumara, what did he say? We've said this many times. Please teach me something. He says, Adihi Bhagava. Hey Bhagavan, please teach me something. And then Sanat Kumara says, I wrote this down. Yad vetha tena mopasida. What you have understood, you first tell me. Mopasida. Tataha te urdhvam vakshyami. From after that, urdhvam vakshyami. Beyond that, if there is something, I will tell you. Sanat Kumara promises Narada. Very interesting. The greatest scholars, they come down and decide to study. That's what our Shastram tells us. Nobody can say. Then he says, Rigvedam Bhagavo Adhyemi. I know Rigveda. Rigveda. Anyway, good. Adhyemi Yajurvedam, Samavedam, Atharvanam, Chaturtham. Four Vedas I know complete. Okay. Then Itihasa Puranam. All right. Two Itihasas are there. Ashtadasha Puranani Santi. So all that I know. Panchamam Vedanam Vedam Pitriyam Rashim. Pitriyam, all this Pitrikama related. The whole world of Pitris I know. Rashim. Rashi is mathematics, science of numbers. Okay, like this he gives a big list. Deva Vidyam, Brahma Vidyam, Bhuta Vidyam, Kshatra Vidyam, Nakshatra Vidyam, like that he gives a big list. So the art of governance, Nakshatra Vidya, astronomy, Deva Vidyam, all the Devaloka, all the science of Devalokas, the movement to and from Devalokas, everything I know. Okay. This list is big. Bhagavo Adhyemi. And then he says, he himself says, he doesn't allow Sanat Kumara to talk now. He continues. He says, Mantra videvasmi natu atmavit. I am only a mantravit. I only know mantras. All the mantras I know. A to Z and Z to A I know. But he says, Natu atmavit. I am not a knower of Atma. What an admission it is. What an admission. Shrutaha eva bhagavo bhagavad drishebhyaha. Yeah, I've heard from people who know this tattvam. Bhagavad drishebhyaha. He uses the word bhagavad drish. Bhagavad drishaha means one who has seen Bhagavan. That is the meaning of this. Means one who knows Atma ityarthaha. Shrutaha. No, before that he says, Bhagavo aham shochami. I'm still sad after all these things. After all these things, I'm still sad. For Narada to say this. And so, soham bhagava shochami. Shrutah eva ayam. Tarati shokam atmavit. Only an atmavit can cross over this sorrow. Like that I've heard. So, shokasya param tarayatu. Param tarayatu. Only you can take me. Help me cross this ocean. Like that he says. Then the teaching starts. And so if Narada can say that, what about all the Mahapadhyayas and all the other people, So, and then there is a quote, Maniprabha quotes this from Anubhuti Prakasha. There is a text called Anubhuti Prakasha, which analyzes all the Upanishads and gives a different type of summary. There is a particular shloka, Vedantanam Anekatvat. Okay, first reason. Why should you go to a guru? Vedantanam Anekatvat. Hey, Vedanta, there are many types of Vedanta are there. Advaita Vedanta is there. Vishishtadvaita Vedanta is there. Dvaita Vedanta. They also say they are studying Vedanta. We also say we are studying Vedanta. Like this, Aneka Vedanta is there. Dvaita Advaita Vedanta is there. Like this, big list is there. Vedantanam Anekatvat. That is number one reason. This shloka tells us. Second, samshayanam bahutvataha. And what about doubts? What about doubts? Are there many doubts or only a few doubts? Doubts, constants, doubts are there. Too many doubts. Every time I listen, there also it's creating more doubts. Sometimes I have a doubt whether I am getting more doubts or doubts are getting cleared. That doubt also I have. So I add one more doubt. So like this, samshayanam bahutvataha. Then Vedyasya api ati sukshmatvat. Vedyasya api ati sukshmatvat. Vedyasya api. Of what I am going to study, being very subtle. Ati sukshmatvat. Vedyasya. What is studied is called Vedyaha. The subject matter of study is also Vedya. So that Vedyasya api ati sukshmatvat. Na janati gurum vina. That is a shloka. Na janati gurum vina. Guru ke vina ye nahi samajh paega. That is the idea. So, all these shlokas are there. So how is this person going to understand? Matstani sarva bhutani. The next shloka. Nacha matstani sarva bhutani. That's it. Opposite. Contradiction. Krishna is contradicting himself. Either you say Krishna is contradicting himself and walk away. If that person is a professor of University of Chicago, they will write a book immediately. Krishna, the contradictory so-called teacher. They will write books like this. And then quote this mantra and they will just brandish this whole Shastra.
Somebody,
Ya Nisha, 1 minute. Ya Nisha sarva bhutanam tasyan jagati samyami. Yasyam jagrati. Hey, the one who looks at night, the wise person looks at it as day. The one who says this is day, the wise person looks at it as night. How are you going to understand all these things? Okay. Karmanya karma yaf pashet akarmani cha karma yaha. What kind of puzzle is this? One who sees actionlessness in action and one who sees action in actionlessness. Okay. This is you have to. Only when you understand the basics properly, when the pramana buddhi comes, pramana buddhi is critical, that itself is going to take some time. Initial students of Gita and all that, this is where teachers have to be very careful. Pramana buddhi has to come. It takes a long time. Otherwise, we'll be looking at Bhagavad Gita. The initial students will look at Bhagavad Gita as another manual. Manual, correct? Every item, the refrigerator comes with a manual. You buy a wireless speaker, it comes with a manual. Okay, everything comes with a manual. And so Bhagavad Gita is a manual. They also advertise manual for life and all. So I'm looking for advice. What should I do? What should I not do? Hey, this I do not do is not there in the in Vedanta. That mindset has to come. I do and what I should do, what I should not do is all part of Dharmartha Kama. How am I going to figure this out? Moksha is knowing my Swarupam. Therefore, Pramanam. I have to look at the Bhagavad Gita as a mirror of words. I should see myself in that Bhagavad Gita. Who's going to teach you all this? So, it takes some time. It takes a mindset shift. And so, otherwise, I'll be reading a book without the mindset shift, and mindset shift will not happen. A book will not give it. Okay, that is what he's saying here. That is why all these things are very important. And suppose somebody says, there are people who, without going to gurus, have become wise, enlightened. Yeah, we don't have any problem with that at all. We don't have any problem. Purva Janma, they have done, they've done it. They've almost done it. So they're in this Janma, they're ready. They're ready. Arjuna asked the question, right? Ayati Shraddhayopetaha. Ayati Shraddhayopetaha yoga chalita manasaha aprapya yoga samsiddhim kam gatim Krishna gacchati. Arjuna is asking, hey, I'm in this path. Somebody is there in this path, but for some reason or the other, the person passes away without getting the benefit of the study. Then what happens? Then Krishna says, okay, Parthanaiveha namutra vinashastasya vidyati. The person is going to pick up the thread in the next Janma. That is what we will say. That is the answer to that question. Picking up the thread. So Guru Meva, the person has gone to the Guru and all. All that is over. So person had to be born, and then some book somewhere is there and said, oh my God, yeah, this is it. This is it, over. Game is over. That is how it is. So we have no problems with all these things. All right. That is what this small statement, it looks like a Shastrajnopi, but it's a loaded statement. Shastrajnopi Swatantriyena Brahmanveshanam or Brahma Jnananveshanam na kuryat. Next, Shankara will explain the word Samit Panihi. Over is next. Samit Panihi.
Samit Panihi.
Samit Bhara Grihita Hastaha.
Samit Bhara Grihita Hastaha.
Shrotriyam.
Shrotriyam.
Adhyayana Shrutartha Sampannam.
Adhyayana Shrutartha Sampannam.
Brahmanishtham.
Brahmanishtham.
Hitva Sarvakarmani.
Hitva Sarva Karmani.
Kevale Advaye Brahmani Nishtha.
Kevale Advaye Brahmani Nishtha.
Yasya Saha.
Yasya Saha.
Ayam Brahmanishtaha.
Ayam Brahmanishtaha.
Japanishtaha.
Japanishtaha.
Taponishtaha.
Taponishtaha.
Iti Yadvat.
Iti Yadvat.
Yeah. Okay. Samit Panihi. Samit. So Samit, it's the same thing that we are all used to. All the Vedikas are used to this word samit. Samit means that particular branch of the tree, Vata Vriksha and other family trees. Samit. So that dry wood, it's a piece of dry wood that all the Ritviks carry with them when they do Homa. And so that is called Samit. So Samit Panihi, the one in whose hand this Samit is there. This person should have that Samit in hand while approaching the Guru. That is the idea. Samit Panihi means what? Samit Bhara Grihita Hastaha. Panihi means Hastaha. Samitva Bhara Grihita. Bhara. So bundle of twigs. Bundle of twigs. Grihita. One who is carrying a bundle of twigs in one's hand. That person is called as Samit Pani. This is a weird kind of statement. Now, if the Guru is a karmi, means doing Vedic karma, then it is very useful. Samit is very useful because you have to get Samit, to do a Homa, what all it takes. The Ritvik will call me and say, okay, all this variety and all, how much do you have? Because every month I am doing Homa. So this Samit and Varati. Then I have to explain to him what is there and what. Even I don't know how much is needed. But now I'm beginning to know a little bit. And so I'll tell him, yeah, I think for next time we have enough. So all the things are required for this Vedika karma. Okay. So if a guru is doing this, it's useful. That Samit is useful. But you are approaching a sannyasi means this Samit is useless. Useless means useless, zero. Maybe if there is an ashram or something, they may do homas and then Samit will be useful. But otherwise, it's of no use. So therefore, Shankara doesn't explain it here. But how to understand this is, just like a Samit will catch fire the minute you ignite it, it is ready to catch fire. That which is ready to catch fire is called Samit. You can't have wet this variety, that cow dung slabs. You can't have that kind of fuel. It can't be moist. It has to be dry. He's saying, I am just dry. I am waiting to be ignited. I am a viragi. I am a viveki. I am an adhikari. I am waiting to be ignited by your words. You say things, I'll grasp it. I'm ready. I'm just aching for this stuff. That is the meaning of Samit. Samit Panihi. That guy is a Samit Panihi. So just like dry fuel will catch fire immediately. There is no waiting time. Like that, this guy is he's telling, this is who I am. In action, he's telling that. Samit Panihi. Shrotriyam. Shrotriyam. Shankaracharya says, Adhyayana Shrutartha Sampannam. Vedadhyanam is a very big thing in Vedic culture. Very big thing. Today, if we are all there and we are able to talk about Vedas, because there are people, our ancestors have memorized the entire Veda, memorized it. The child is told, you know what, by the time you are 6, you have to start memorizing, because this is the age when this Samit Pani, for memorizing Samit is right here. Everything you say that just goes into the head like sponge, absorbs water, And so they decided, you just drop everything, you do Sandhya Vandanam and just start memorizing everything from morning to evening. This is the only way we got our Vedas in our hands today. Today we have to rely on books and stacks of books and PDF files. Those days they said you have to just memorize the whole thing. That is called Adhyayana. That is called Adhyayanam. So Adhyayana Shrutartha Sampannam. The guy who is blessed with Sampannam, with what? This Shrutartha, what he has heard in the Veda Pathashala when he or she studied. Shrutartha. Shrutartha means the words. Adhyayana. The guy who knows all the words of the Veda, like Narada knew everything. Rigvedam, Adhyemi, Yajurvedam, Samavedam, Atharvanam, Chaturtham. Like that, the Veda, that person, that Vedi, Dvivedi, Trivedi, Chaturvedi, that guy is called Adhyayana Shrutartha Sampannam. That person need not know the meaning of the words that are got memorized. That is the meaning here. Okay? Shrutartha Sampannam. Okay? If you are not going to teach it, then this is enough. And you can even do karma with that. And eventually they end up knowing the meaning. These young Ritviks, eventually they'll end up knowing. You ask them certain questions, they will explain. Sometimes they will say, that's a good question. I'll ask and find out. Okay? Because nobody has asked a question like that. And so, that's how it is here. And so, Shrutartha Sampannam. Here, but if the teacher is Shrotriyam, Brahmanishtam. So yeah, I have to take back what I said. Shrutam, that whatever is heard, now this person should know the meaning of what was heard. That is the meaning of Shruta Artha. So the person in the Veda Padashala need not know the Artha of what was heard, but here Shankara is saying you must know the meaning of what was heard. Shruta Artha. Shrutam, words, chanting, repetition, plus the meaning of what is being told. You must know. That person must know. That guy, that person is called a Shrotriyaha. Okay? So beyond Adhyanam, beyond Veda Padashala, beyond karma based, mantra chanting based knowledge. Okay? Our Ritiks are all very good. They chant mantras left and right. Okay? And he told me about all the competitions they have. Competition means not competition, exams, sorry. Exams. They have exams in Tirupati, they have exams in Salem and Rishikesh and this and that. Each exam is different and one
Sringeri
is
also.
more one
Sringeri
is
also.
more Sringeri, everywhere they have exams like Kanchipuram. So he explained to me the different types of exams. He said Rishikesh is just tough. 16 people will be asking you. You have to spend 16 days there, it seems. Non-stop. So, anyway, that is called Adhyayana. Here, Adhyayana Shruta Artha. Shrutasya Artha Sampannam. Person has to know the meaning of the mantras that he already knows. Okay. That is the meaning of Shrotriyam. Then Brahmanishtam. Moolam. It is coming in the Upanishad, that word. So he is saying, Sarva Karmani Hitva. Hitva means Tyaktva, having given up. A person who has given up Sarva Karmani, all karmas, one who has given up. That guy is a Brahmanishtam, it seems. Okay. And what else? Kevale Advaye Brahmani Nishtha. Yes, yeah. The one for whom there is Nishtha. What is Nishtha? Nitaram Sthitihi. Nishtha. Nitaram Sthitihi. The one who is committed to something is called Nishtha. Anything. That Nishtha. Then we will say that Usme, Isme Uska Nishtha hai. Like that we will say. Nishtha hai. Means what? Suppose a person is learning, the child is learning to play violin. And you know what happened? This child picks up violin like duck picks up to water, jumps into water, and just all day long playing violin. And then the parents come to know, oh my God, this is a different thing. Teacher says, no, I can't teach this boy because he's learned everything I know. You have to take him to another guru. Like that, he's so good. He's absorbing things so much. Why? That person has nishtha. Something happened and then nishtha is there. Nishtha means totally committed to it. Nothing else. Okay. That is called nishtha. That is why he's giving two examples. We'll do that first. Okay. Japa nishtaha, tapo nishtaha iti yadvat. We use these words. Japa nishtaha. The one who is doing purascharanam, the one who is doing japa. Person has made a commitment. I am going to chant any mantra given by his guru, her guru, and 1008 times, 1 lakh times, 1 million times, 1 crore times. 1 crore is 100 lakhs, 10 millions. This many times. Like that, if that commitment is made, then you can't do anything. You can to cook, eat, and then do this japa. Cook, eat, do the japa. This is all that one can do. And so that person is called a japa nishtha. One who has nishtha in japa is called a japa nishtha. Tapo nishtha. Any discipline. Any discipline. Even Satyam Vada, I'm going to speak, everything I speak is going to be truthful. It's a tough thing. In today's world, it's tough. You have to bend the truth sometimes. You have to bend, keep on bending. No, I'm not going to even bend. If you say, it becomes tapas. Tapas. Called tapanishtaha. Or I'm going to not use the phone. I'm going to reduce my phone usage by 90%. That itself is tapas. All that is tapanishtaha. Iti yadvat. Like that, Shankaracharya is saying, like that, kevale advaye brahmani nishta. I hope you're following. I went back. Okay. Brahmani nishta. Kevale advaye brahmani. Nishta in Brahman. How to have nishta in Brahman? That too kevale advaye. Non-dual. Keval. In a Kaivalya Upanishad, we are studying. That comes from this word Keval. So Kevale Advaye, that Brahman which is non-dual, which is the only non-dual. Nishta. Means my commitment is to study. In that Shastram, in this Brahma Shastram only, Atma Shastram only, in this Advaita Shastram only, the commitment is there. So Shankaracharya is referring to a sannyasi, pretty much a sannyasi. Vividisha sannyasi, a person who, without taking to sannyasa, this is not possible. Correct? A grahastha cannot do this. The minute we are in a family, not even you don't even need to have a family. If you are by yourself in a flat, even then you can't be by yourself. You can't. So many things will be going on. You will get pulled in 100 directions. And that is why sannyasa, our culture that is why unique. It is very obvious to me now why sannyasa is part of our lifestyle. Otherwise, you can't study all this. No chance. No chance. Some days I try my best. I rent an apartment just for this, okay? I don't need to pay extra money to rent an apartment. I do it. Only reason is to just a few hours itself. If I want, I can't get it if I'm here. So it's not possible. That is why you just feel like you run away to the ashram. And ashram also, responsibilities will be there. But the hope is that, ashram is a better place. So Shankara will only talk about sannyasis. We saw it earlier also. So sarva karmani hitva means what? Who can give up karma? Only a sannyasi is qualified to give up all karma. So sarva karmani hitva kevale advaye brahmani nishta yasya saha. That person is a brahmanishtaha. I am brahmanishtaha. I am means that person is referred to as a brahmanishtaha. So Brahmanishta, you should not imagine all this vague imagine, the person is somehow lost and you call him, he doesn't respond, you give him food, he doesn't respond, he's just sitting like that. No, not that sitting like that Brahmanishta. This Shankara is very clear. Kevale Advaya Brahmani. Sarva Karmani. Okay. Now a Purva Pakshi is walking in and he's going to say, wait a minute, you're putting words in my mouth. Upanishad is not saying sarva karma tyagaha. Did it say sarva karma tyagaha? Brahmanishtaha it says, that's all. You are saying sarvani karmani hitva and all that. That is your interpretation. Shankara is giving the reason. Okay. Did we read this? I don't think. Did we? Yeah, we have to look at this now. Nahi
Nahi
karminaha
karminaha
brahmanishtata
brahmanishtata
sambhavati.
sam
Sambhavati
Sambhavati.
Karma atmajnanayoho
Karma atmajnanayoho.
virodhat
Virodhat.
saha
Taha.
tam gurum
Tam gurum.
vidhivat upasannaha
Vidhivad upasannaha.
prasadya
Prasadya.
pruchet
Pruchet.
aksharam purusham satyam.
Aksharam purusham satyam.
Yeah. So he says nahi karma nahi means Hindi ka nahi bhi hai. So it looks like Hindi ka nahi. But here indeed this is not possible. Nahi. Indeed it's not possible. What is not possible? Karminaha Brahmanishtata Sambhavati. Hey, the guy who is in an ashrama other than sannyasa, that is a karmina. Brahmachari, let it be, and grahastha, let it be, and late stage grahastha, vanaprastha, let it be. Okay? You ask all these people, vanaprastha, all the serious citizens. You know, these days, all you have to do, you don't have to, you can never say, I don't know what is vanaprastha and all. All these people, senior citizens, are all vanaprasthis because they don't have any duties. Main duties are all over. And you tell them to do something, they'll say we are very busy. We are very busy. Okay. So 60-year-old person is busy, 70-year-old person is busy, 80-year-old person also is busy. Really, I'm telling you, they're all busy. I don't use the word I'm busy. They tell me we don't see you at all. I said, I'm there, very much there in my house. If you want to see me, you just have to come to my house. That's all. So, that karmina, for these karmis, brahmanishtata sambhavati nahi. It is not possible. Where is the question? It's very obvious these days. Karma atma jnana yoho virodhat. Why is not possible? Because karma and atma jnanam are opposed to each other. Now it's a technical argument he's making, which you know. Karma and atma jnanam are opposed to each other. Why? Because karma karma is a result of atma ajnanam. Avidya. Avidya, kama, karma. Karma is a product of avidya. How can something that is a product of avidya be going along with vidya? Atma vidya? Not possible. Not possible. Karma atma jnana yoho virodhat, because there is a contradiction between the two. Saha tam gurum vidhivat upasannaha. Vidhivat upasannaha, I think you should shake your head and say, yeah, I've seen it somewhere. I've seen it somewhere. Where did we see it?
Kaivalya.
Mundaka.
Kaivalya we have seen, and the first answer,
Kathopanishad.
Katopanishad we have seen in a different way, all right? These actual words, Vidhivat upasannaha, why Shankara?
Viveka Chudamani. Viveka Chudamani.
Viveka Chudamani, Gurum Samupadya, like that he said, I think. But then these words, Vidhivat Upasannaha, if I ask you to go to Mundaka Upanishad, there is a text called Mundaka Upanishad, and which we are studying. And if you turn your pages back all the way to mantra number 113, let me go to 113. Don't ask me where is 113. 113 is there back. Okay. Shaunako Havai Mahashalaha. Angirasam Vidhivat Upasannah Papracha. That is what Shankaracharya is asking us. Do you know? I hope you have not forgotten. Like that he's saying. So Vidhivat Upasannaha. Upasannaha approached. Vidhivat traditionally, properly, respectfully. Prichet, may he ask. What should he ask? Aksharam Purusham Satyam. Aksharam, same Upanishad use the word Aksharam in mantra number 5, 115. Atha para yaya tadaksharam adhigamyate. Where the Upanishad was explaining what is apara vidya and para vidya. The word aksharam was used. Aksharam, purusham, satyam. Purusham. That imperishable vastu, which is the limitless reality. Purusham, satyam. The student must ask about that to the teacher, like that he says here. So that's a concluding statement. Okay, so that concludes this mantra. And next class, I will give you the Anvaya. Okay. ॐ आपदामपहर्तारं दातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम् काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ
धन्यवाद।